Hey, where you everybody? Hey, I'm excited to be here and talk to you about what we have going on with our home run derby. This is, something that Auburn and the baseball program's been supportive of us for a lot of years with our foundation, and just excited to be partnered up with them again, to help raise some money for our foundation. Like you said, the gate's gonna open up at 4:30. I think bat practice is gonna start around 5 o'clock, and then I think the derby's gonna start at 6. And it's a $5 donation when you come in the door, and all the proceeds go towards our foundation. And we have Josh Donaldson coming in town, and Gabe Gross, and Coach Greg Norton's gonna hit in it as well as myself. Not promising you I'm gonna hit any homers. I had all of 2 hits this year during the season, so I wouldn't expect too much. And it's been a very successful in the past, and we're excited about doing it again. I think the weather's going to be pretty nice for us. It's going to warm up a little bit on Friday, so that's always a good thing when you're trying to hit. So, if anybody has any questions about the home run derby or anything else, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them.
Yeah, could you just talk about your foundation a little bit, what it does and how it kind of came to be?
Yeah, our foundation. We started our foundation when I was in Atlanta. We'd been doing a lot of work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation and Children's Health Care of Atlanta while we were there, and we just decided to branch off and start our own foundation. It's a children's-based charity that we just help children and families that have some kind of hardship, whether it be financially or emotionally. And it's 2 states wide. It's Georgia and Alabama. Alabama statewide, and been able to do a lot of really cool things with it over the years, and we've helped out a lot of families. We have a scholarship program that we give out to graduating seniors in Georgia and Alabama and different cities, and it's been a blessing for us. It's something that we're going to be be doing long after I retire from baseball. So we're excited about it.
Tim, are you guys going to have another event this year on campus for the foundation?
We are. We're going to have besides our home run derby on Friday, we're going to have our annual country music concert fundraiser that we have every year. We're going to have it Super Bowl weekend this year. I'm not sure what those dates are yet, but it's the weekend of the Super Bowl. And this year we're having the band Perry, Parmalee, and Cole Swindell coming in town to play for us. So it's going to be another fun act. If anybody's been a part of it, it's usually a fun, action-packed weekend, and it's always a lot of fun.
Tim, what was just the experience like, World Series, just when you waited 16 years to get to that point, so what was that just that run like?
It was amazing. Obviously, you wait so long, in your career to try to experience something like that, and coming into this past season, you always hope, and you have things envisioned in your head how you hope the season's gonna fall into, and it was amazing that something that you actually hope for and dreamt for, actually you're able to accomplish it throughout that season. And going out to San Francisco was obviously the right choice for me. Obviously I would have loved to have ended my career in Atlanta and won a World Series with those guys, but I was able to go out to end my career in a place where it started in the Bay Area, and play for one of the best managers to put on a uniform. Coach, it's been unbelievable to play for him, and to see him work and see him do his thing. So just those my teammates out there were they were awesome. Bumgarner and Posey, and was able to team up with a fellow Alabama guy with Jake Peavy. Was able to come out and be teammates with him for a half a season. So I was able to cultivate some relationships out there that were really special, and those guys, they know how to win come October. It was amazing. There was times during the season when I thought we were the best team in baseball, and there was times during the season when I thought we were the worst team in baseball. It was just such a roller coaster ride. But come October, when we was able to get our foot in the door with these guys, they expect to win, and it was amazing to see that confidence come playoff time with those guys. It didn't matter who we were playing against. It didn't matter who was pitching against us. We felt like we were going to win, and it was a hell of a ride. It really was. It was a lot of fun, and to stand on that field the last after the last out of a long baseball season, to have that dog pile out there is something that's really special.
What's your plans going forward, baseball-wise?
My plans? Well, I have one more year left on my contract, so, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it after this season. I just started my workouts yesterday, which is kinda crazy to me. That just 2 weeks ago, I was still playing, and here I am having to get back ready for next season again. I guess that's the price you play when you play that late into the season come playoff time. But, I'm gonna work my tail off this off season, get ready to go into spring training as in good a shape as I can be, and, hopefully finish this season strong. And, it's been an unbelievable career for me. I never dreamt I would have played 16 years in the big leagues and, going on my 17th. So, I just hope that we can go out there and have, it's going to be hard to duplicate the season that we had last year, but I think we have the guys in the locker room in San Francisco that can do it. And I know I'm gonna be ready to go.
Is it strange to feel like you're coming up on the end of your career, or just know that you're coming up on the end of your career?
Yeah, it is. But I'm happy, honestly. It's over the years, it's gotten to be a lot tougher than it was when I was younger. There's no question about it. The older you get, your skills diminish a little bit, and it seems like all the younger players that come up in the big leagues nowadays, they're really good at a really young age. And the game will let you know when you need to retire. And last year was it was a little bit of a grind for me right there at the end of the year. But I'm excited about getting ready for this year and finishing my career on a positive note, and hopefully winning another championship. Obviously that's why we play the game. But I couldn't have asked for a better group of guys out there in San Francisco to finish my career up with.
Was the World Series the last thing you really wanted?
Yeah, obviously that's the pinnacle of the game. It's what you work for, it's what you play for, it's why you put on that big league uniform over the years, is to try to win that world championship. And it's one of those things where the older you get, you see that window gradually closing for your opportunities to accomplish that. And like I said, last year, it couldn't have unfolded any better for me. Just going out there and playing in a great city. My family was able to experience something really cool, and living in San Francisco for the summer. And the kids, my kids are old enough to be able to experience it and remember it. My son's 9, my oldest is 13, and it's just some memories that they're going to be able to keep forever.
Tim, would your career felt empty without it? Without the World Series? Because most great players in every sport say all the right things if they don't win a championship. But it wouldn't be empty, no. But it definitely feels like there's some solid closure to it now that that's something I've been able to experience. And like I said, I've talked to a lot of people since then, and I can retire a happy man after being able to experience something like that. But as far as feeling empty, no. It's I played 16 years, going on 17, and I never where I came from, it's one of those things where it's I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have been there, and I shouldn't have been able to have a career as long as I did. I was a small right-handed pitcher from Salem, Alabama. That had to walk on at a junior college out of high school. So it's just one of those things where it's I've been very blessed. There's no question about it, and able to very, very happy to have had the career I've had.
Do you know what you're going to do after baseball?
Not really. I have a lot of time I want to make up with my kids. There's no question about that. My son's he's 9. He's going to be 10 in May, and I'm excited to try to catch up with him, coach some of his little league teams. Spend some time with those guys, and then I love baseball. Baseball is always going to be in my blood. It's it's in my DNA, and something I'm always going to want to be a part of, whether it's coaching him or volunteering somewhere or helping young kids. I enjoy teaching the game, and I enjoy trying to explain to some of the younger kids, whether at high school or college level, how to be successful
you know, not only at the level that they're playing at that point, but also beyond that.
This may sound cliche, but is there anything like stepping out on the mound in Game 7 of the World Series?
You know, it was pretty exciting. It really was. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, there was moments when you know, you have to kind of step back and catch your breath, and you know, try to let that heart rate slow down a little bit. You know, up to that point, I hadn't experienced anything like that on the baseball field or in life. You know, for that matter. You know, it was exciting. There's no question about it. I wish I'd have pitched a little deeper in the game than I did. But I think, but you know, that's what makes Bruce Bochy as good a manager as he is. He understands, you know, how to win ball games and what buttons to push at the right times. And you know, I'm happy that I had the opportunity to go out there and pitch Game 7. And you know, it was exciting. It was a relief to come out of the game, I can tell you. It was pretty stressful for that inning and the 2/3 that I was out there, but you know, sitting in that in the dugout after I came out, I mean, I was the biggest cheerleader in the stadium, and just watching my teammates go out there and compete, you know, and try to win that championship was awesome.
Tim, what did it mean to have Kim and the kids with you there in Kansas City for Game 7?
It meant everything. You know, we've been on this journey together for a lot of years, and you know, to have them up there and to be able to experience it and have Kim up there, you know, I think she might have had a couple nervous breakdowns, you know, during those last 2 or 3 weeks of the playoffs. I'm actually positive she did. But it was awesome having them up there. You know, they're just as much a part of my career as I am. You know, they've been behind me from the time I was here, you know, in Auburn, and you know, it takes a special family to be able to, you know, to go through the life of a major league player, and you know, the travels that we have and the crazy schedules that we have. So, you know, it's definitely it's been an experience. There's no question about it, but it's one that you know, I wouldn't trade for anything in the world.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.